Hello and welcome to the 2011 Holiday Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Escamilla, and with us is Dr. Catherine Velasquez. She has a PhD in health education with a major in health promotion from the University of Texas at Austin. Dr. Velasquez is a senior management analyst in physical activity with the city of San Antonio. And hello, Dr. Velasquez.
Hello, Randy.
Dr. Velasquez, with the holidays here, what would you recommend people do to keep or stay in shape as they progress about their business and going shopping, visiting family members, traveling, vacationing? All of this adds up and people just want to do something, or we hope they do.
Mm-hmm. If you already exercise as best you can, keep to your routine. If you are not an exerciser, now is probably not a time to start an intensive workout routine, but you can still begin being more physically active. When you go shopping at the mall, you can park further away, which you're probably already going to be doing. And you can incorporate maybe some exercise breaks during your busy holiday preparations, maybe a 10-minute walk around the block, especially when you start feeling the stress or the anxiety of the holidays. Just take that 10-minute break. If it's too cold, if it's rainy, then turn some music on inside your house and walk laps around, up and down the hall, or just dance, especially if nobody's there. Nobody's going to see you. They're not going to laugh at you, so just dance. And if you have kids, they're going to want to laugh and have fun. So just work it in as best you can.
So dancing is a great form of exercise, you're saying, and a great way of building rapport with your children as well.
Exactly. Just move that body.
Dr. Velasquez, is it realistic that people will follow through with their New Year's resolutions? You hear about it every year at this time. People are promising that they're going to start working out. How realistic is it in your experience?
I think it's realistic for anyone to believe that they can fulfill their New Year's resolution. It takes determination, it takes planning, and just doing it. And I know we've heard that it's all the time, just do it. But that's really part of it. And sometimes you have to let other parts of your life give. Maybe you spend a little less time watching television. Maybe you spend a little less time cleaning the house. But you just get up and you do the activity that you've planned. You stick to your resolution.
For those of you who don't know Dr. Velasquez, you're about 5'9" and in fairly good shape. How have you maintained your physical activity throughout the years, and what would you suggest to other people who are listening to this podcast?
I think that, as I've said before, you try to make it part of your routine. So when I have an opportunity to take the stairs, I take the stairs. And, obviously I'm not going to go 7 or 10 flights, but 1 or 2 flights, I take the stairs. And I don't worry about where I park in the parking lot. I just park outside of there. And I've planned my exercise. I know that if I go home in an evening, I'm not likely to get back out. So I go straight to the gym after work. I've done things like that. When I was a stay-at-home mom, I built my physical activity routine in with my children. So I would walk my sons to school, and I would meet them at the end of school and walk home with them as well. And usually when I went to meet them, I would run instead of walking. I would turn on the music and we would dance. We loved to play chase. When they were smaller, I'd have them in my arms, and my husband would chase us, and he'd be running for their toes, and they would just have a ball. And so they do that even now. We'll turn on, Dance Dance Revolution with the video games, and we'll play those kinds of things. When I feel like I need to spend quality time with my children now, I tell them, let's go to the gym and let's work out. So you build it into your routine. And during times of stress, I go into maintenance mode, where I know I can't get my full workout in, so I get as much of it as I can. Maybe, 1 set of lifting weights instead of, 3 or 4 sets that you see some people doing. So you make it manageable for the time.
Dr. Velasquez, I get the sense that you're going to the gym and you're probably not stopping at a fast food drive-through on the way back, on the way out.
Not usually. I don't usually do that. And I'm not saying we never eat junk food or we never go out, because we do enjoy that. But when we, for the most part, eating healthily, eating, fruits and vegetables, having those available at the house, makes it a whole lot easier to get them. This morning I, washed and chopped up a bunch of strawberries and left them in the refrigerator. So when my son comes home from school, there they are, and he can easily get to them. And so I don't tend to go to fast food restaurants. When I do, I tend to keep my portion sizes where they need to be, and add a side salad with the vinaigrette.
So during this time, pumpkin pie, turkey, dressing, gravy, all of those things have some calories.
Oh yeah.
So now that it's the holidays and I want to stay active, any final words that you would suggest?
I would say that include that physical activity. I know that one of the things we like to do after Thanksgiving dinner is we go for a walk, and you don't have to just go for a walk once a day. You can get out there twice in the day, and to take your family with you. Some of my best memories are going for walks with my mom as adults, and you can do the same thing after you've indulged on Christmas Day or at Thanksgiving. Just go for that walk, include that workout, get it done early, get it out of the way in the morning, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Dr. Catherine Velasquez, thank you very much, and Happy New Year to you.
And to you.
Welcome back. We're here with Caroline Rafael Blanco, and she's a registered dietitian with the San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, discussing nutrition and nutrition in the new year. And Caroline, what's one of the best approaches you think you would recommend as people think about the new year and healthy eating? What would you suggest?
Well, as we know, everyone for the new year always wants to focus on New Year's resolutions, on getting healthy, eating healthy, being more physically active. So we really want to promote for people to eat more fruits and vegetables, drink more water, get outdoors, and be as active as possible to promote a healthy lifestyle.
How hard is it, though, to change eating habits when, say, for instance, fast food might be less expensive than getting fresh fruits and vegetables from the grocery store? What would you suggest if I'm wanting to change eating habits in particular, from going from fast food to eating healthier? Is it really possible to change that mindset? And if so, what would you recommend?
It definitely is. We really want people to take small steps when they're making healthy changes. It could be as simple as eating smaller portion sizes. So if you are going out to eat, really look at how much is coming on your plate and seeing if you could eat half of that portion and taking the remainder of it home for leftovers. Trying to switch out your soda for water. Trying to snack on an apple instead of grabbing the bag of chips. Looking at small ways where you can just make easy, healthy choices.
I have a question. Is it healthier to get a diet soda than to get water?
Well, we really want to promote to drink more water. People definitely don't drink enough water as it is, so we really want people to become hydrated and replenish their bodies by drinking more water and eating, those fruits and vegetables that automatically have natural water in it. So it's a great way to promote healthy eating. Also cooking healthy. There's ways that you can avoid fried foods by baking, grilling, or sautéing. So there's so many ways that people can make healthy choices.
I've heard that, and I think you read a study the other day, that water is just gives natural energy. Is that correct?
It is. Water is the energy drink. We really want to recommend people to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Trying to drink before and after your workouts as much as possible, and, snacking on healthy foods throughout the day too.
What kind of foods would you suggest if I'm sitting at my desk and, I want to grab the bag of chocolates or the nice little bag of candies? that are so prevalent in so many offices, what kind of healthy foods, healthy snacks might you suggest?
Well, it's great to be prepared. So, pack a few healthy granola bars, keep some unsalted nuts and some snacks at your desk so that way it's easy to grab and go. Keeping fruit on hand as well. So that way it's not as hard to turn away the candy bowl or the bag of chips.
Caroline Rafa Blanco, you look amazing this new year. Thanks so much, and thanks for joining us on this podcast.
Thanks, Randy. Happy New Year.
Welcome back. I'm Randy Escamilla, and thanks for listening to this podcast. With me now is Len Trevino, a leadership team member with the San Antonio Metropolitan Health District. And Len, during this time, a lot of people stress out. Mental health becomes an issue. Suicides seem to be really prevalent. What suggestions would you have to offer to people who might feel a little stressed out right now?
Well, one of the things that I immediately tell people that seem to be stressed out or overwhelmed is to simplify their life, is to get down to something more basic. Sometimes for someone that means just spending time with family. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money, but spending time with loved ones or even by yourself, but really making things simple.
So it's not really about why we stress out, but it's about getting to that point where we feel more relaxed and not as stressed. Is that correct?
That's correct. Oftentimes, individuals will stress out seasonally around expectations, the holidays, or certain times of the year where we may feel like others are expecting certain behavioral action from us, and we'll be surprised that we do that to ourselves.
So it's not so much that people are really expecting more from us, but we're thinking of it, and then we're stressing out ourselves. Is that right?
Exactly. We oftentimes the stress that we experience is what I call self-induced. We do that to ourselves.
So during this podcast, we've talked to some physical activity specialists about exercise. How critical is exercise at this point? Any type of exercise?
Exercise, or as I would say, physical activity would be should be relaxing, should be fun. I always tell people that the best exercise is the one that brings you back every time. And that means it's going to be fun for you.
What type of suggestions might you suggest for somebody who's just starting off and not really sure what to do and might feel a little stressed but wants to feel a little better?
I would recommend something as simple as walking, leaving your cell phone at home and taking a walk in an area that you feel safe. Even if it means going to the mall, but put your phone down. Leave it in the car, and tell yourself that you don't want to during this time take phone calls, text messaging, or so forth. Just put it down, simplify things, and take a nice, relaxing walk.
I think a lot of people don't realize how stressful or how much telephones or our iPhones and Blackberries can add to stress.
Yes, absolutely. For example, I'm trying to let go of something that I think it has become a stressful part of my life, which is my backpack. Sometimes when I go somewhere without it, although I don't need it, I feel like I've missed out something, or I forgot to put on my shoes or something. So what I recommend to individuals is to take a risk. Try to do something a little different that you're not used to, and then kind of force yourself to do that, and you'll be surprised how liberating it is.
Excellent. Taking a risk means a lot, and there are many, many benefits in the long run. Len Trevino, thanks a lot, and thanks for participating in this podcast.
You're welcome.